that your name shortened is a unicorn. I was planning on starting like an hour earlier, but I forgot that what I was gonna do is some animation, and I forgot how to use my animation program, so I had to go really quickly review some stuff. I think I'll be able to get through it. But first, there was one article that I thought was interesting. Hello, and welcome to Hell, otherwise known as my room. Also, your little emote there came out a little funny on the streamer bot thing. Kill this. So here's what it should look like, what you posted. Your two eyes and the lips. But on StreamerBot, it came out. Can I? Oh, I can't zoom in. The eyes came out decently, but then it turned your mouth into a hieroglyphic. It looks like there's something big and long in your mouth here instead. So I don't know if that's like a sign or something. Last stream, somebody sent a message on YouTube chat, but it did not appear here on StreamerBot. So I am keeping up this one in case it gets held up by the YouTube moderation, so I can allow it through. Cause that sucked. I missed that guy's message, and it was an inside joke kind of. So that's kind of rippy dippy. This version of the name is not the best for recognizability, but I like the pun / implication to change too much. Yeah, it's a nice little phrase. There's a unicorn in the chat. Okay, let's see first. What was the article I wanted to see? I saw this headline earlier, but I did not get to read it. I think this is what I saw here. I think this article is you gotta subscribe for it or whatever. So I'm not going to read this page. However, the headline reads, Mark Zuckerberg posts deranged 6,500 word essay about giving everyone AI superintelligence. So I'm curious what this is about, but I can't read it here. Imagine that. You're being part of the press, but you're not allowing people to read what you wrote. Let's see if I can go find some place where they actually tell me information rather than paywalling it. Okay. The Verge also paywalls it. I will include them demanding your email. I will include that as paywalling because that is data brokering. They want my email and my information, and that is money. So if you want my information, pay me for it. Otherwise, you can go Zuck a dick. Okay, I think this one will work from The Guardian of all places. Okay, let's see. From The Guardian, published Monday, the 10th of August. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention, some audio might be broken if I was tinkering with some audio stuff a couple of days ago and I don't remember what is what. So some things might be broken, unfortunately, but we'll figure that out when the time comes, if it comes. Okay, from The Guardian by Nick Robbins Early, published Monday, the 10th of August, 2026. Zuckerberg pushes, quote, superintelligent AI for all as Meta drops open source model. Meta CEO presents utopian vision of AI in 6,000, wait, not 6,000? They omitted 500 words? In 6,000 word essay amid Silicon Valley debate over government regulation. Zuckerberg published a lengthy essay on Monday detailing his views on AI and announced several plans for how Meta would develop the technology in the future. The CEO's essay went online the same day as Meta released a new open-source AI model that seeks to rival Anthropic and OpenAI's products called Muse Glimmer. Cringe. Over the course of more than 6,000 words in a post titled, quote, The future is for everyone, end quote, Zuckerberg addresses a range of topics related to AI that included data centers, government regulation, cybersecurity, the creation of bioweapons, labor market disruptions, surveillance powers, and more. The essay presented a utopian vision of AI as a personalized superintelligence, using the word 60 times. This is the kind of thing that you would have to proofread and edit out of the essay before you submit it to the teacher. So if he ran his essay through the AI to help him improve it, I think this speaks volumes about its powers and abilities. Quote, some argue that superintelligence itself, or a small set of experts who control it, should decide what is best for humanity. We disagree, Zuckerberg wrote. Central to Zuckerberg's post was an argument for free-to-download, open-weight AI models like the kind Meta develops, and a lack of government regulation for artificial intelligence. Zuckerberg's stance sets him and Meta apart from industry leaders OpenAI and Anthropic, which have argued that open-source AI is dangerous. The two frontier labs have released proprietary AI products and argued that cutting-edge models should remain tightly controlled by the companies that build them. Zuckerberg's post comes as Silicon Valley is engaged in a heated debate over how to regulate AI development, which has involved the creation of a secret White House framework for testing new models, and an ongoing debate over whether to restrict the use of Chinese-made open-source AI. As Anthropic and OpenAI have surged ahead in the AI industry, competitors such as Meta have also grown wary of their dominance and sought to position their open models as alternatives. He framed Meta's pursuit of open-weight AI as a more democratic version of the technology, and one that will create a balance of power between users, whether that involves states, companies, or individuals. His plans also call for letting users decide what values an AI model should have, as opposed to a company encoding it with rigid guardrails and beliefs. I see you got wrecked again there by Nightbot, Mr. Emoto. Let me see. I think I'm currently logged into Nightbot. Let me see if I can kill that. Chat moderation. Share chat. Excessive emotes disable. Okay, try it again. Did it mute you or did it just kill it? I can still see it in both Twitch chat and StreamerBot. Okay. Okay, no, it was deleted initially, but now it's there. Hello, Emoto. How are you? How goes? How go things? It sounds funny. Based off what I'm reading so far in his essay, it seems as if he is acknowledging, without saying it, he is acknowledging that he is losing to OpenAI and Anthropic, and as a way to sort of alleviate and recuperate from his losses in the overall reputation game, I suppose, he's trying to sidestep it and say, well, see, look, what I'm going to do instead is we're going to make AI more democratic for everyone rather than these large companies and governments, as a way to try to get more users and more people addicted to AI. That's what it sounds like. I'm good. It's the AMD playbook. What did AMD do? Oh, you mean like they made ARM? Is that what they did? They went more into like mobile stuff? If you're losing, be friendly to your customers. Have they not pulled an NVIDIA and decided to pull out of the consumer market? It's funny because when I built this PC, my limited cultural understanding was that NVIDIA and Intel were the people to trust with like graphics cards and stuff, and AMD was seen as like the underdog. But now, over time, over the years, I've heard that I was confused. They make RX cards, right? AMD. I've heard that their graphics cards are pretty decent. Are they still committing to like doing consumer graphics cards and chips as opposed to NVIDIA. Well, yeah, because they don't need to be friendly anymore. Was already the case when they were winning against Intel. Yeah, I'm not too particularly intimately familiar with the specifics, but I think I have like a very limited cultural perspective and understanding, which I hardly ever really cared for up until I was like building my PC and a few years afterwards, so I can try to figure out how to upgrade my PC. But I have once again continued to ignore, or I guess fallen back to the point in time where I ignore data and information about these companies and their moves. Especially now because they're not affordable anymore anyway, so there's hardly any real point to keep up with graphics cards or hard drives or anything. I'm talking about the CPU segment. For the longest time, they were losing to Intel, so they were catering to customers pretty hard. Then they released Zen and started beating Intel, and they stopped being nice. Oh, okay. And yeah, I stopped caring about hardware news also. Yeah, for me it was like a very tiny blip in the years, I think, before and after I built my PC. But since then, or outside of that, I have cursory interest, but I like look at something briefly and then, okay, I'm gonna scroll on and keep going with my life because this PC works perfectly fine still for now. I don't need to really worry about it. Where were we? Tech leaders have made a cottage industry out of releasing broad, vaguely philosophical treatises on AI, which tend to double as marketing materials. That's kind of what we're talking about there. As marketing materials for their own companies and products. Anthropic's Dario Amodei, OpenAI's Sam Altman, and Palantir's Alex Krapp, and the venture capitalist Marx Anderson have all written long manifestos on the virtues and dangers of the technology. In addition to weighing in on open source models, Zuckerberg also called for accelerating the build-out of AI infrastructure such as data centers. The massive development of resource-hungry data centers has become a divisive issue in the US, with rapidly growing public opposition and calls from politicians to issue moratoriums on their construction. Zuckerberg wrote in the essay that Meta would create a fund to invest more in local communities near data centers, as well as cited an example from Louisiana, where some teachers received a $50,000 bonus check as a result of increased sales tax revenue from the company's infrastructure investment. I see, they're trying to buy out teachers and communities. That's what they're doing. On government testing of AI models for cybersecurity risks, a tangible concern after rogue models have hacked outside organizations in recent months, Zuckerberg agreed that companies should share, quote, intermediate training checkpoints and technical staff, end quote, but provided few details. He broadly warned that regulation would cause China to overtake the US in the AI race, where he claimed it already has an advantage in terms of building infrastructure. Oh fuck, I thought this was the end of the article, but there's more. Oh my goodness. I find it interesting that they are super interested in building data centers near local communities, which harms not only the environment and their water resources, as well as any local wildlife, but there's also the noise, which is basically like torture, and so I'm pretty sure they are aware of this. You have the funds and the resources to build anywhere you want. Just literally go out into the middle of nowhere. I don't give a fuck if you have to build out a whole bunch of new pipes and roads for yourself, for drinking water for your employees. Go far the fuck away if you really want to do that, instead of damaging local existing communities. How about that? How about you go zuck yourself? Quote, any policy that slows American model releases, even by a month, could add significant risk to American leadership. American leadership? There's already major risk in American leadership, bro. While letting foreign models race ahead, I feel like this is one of those places where myself as an individual, I would be willing to take that loss because I have principles and standards and I care for the community and the environment. Because one day in the future, it could be my kids, it could be my descendants who have to live within the restraints and the damage caused by Zuckerberg's insistence on breaking things. So I'm okay with that. Slow and steady wins the race. Like, we can go ahead and let China destroy themselves and poison their water and their fish and their whatever else they use, their soil. Let them do that. I don't want to do that. We're already poisoning our food with E. coli or salmonella or whatever that other one is. No, we're already full of shit. Let's not be as full of shit anymore. I think that would greatly appreciate that. Many of Zuckerberg's policy plans in his essay lack the detail. Oh, so he has concepts of plans, but he doesn't have any actual details. He has no real policies, except concepts of plans. Many policy plans in his essays lacked detail or reiterated previous claims about the abundant wealth and prosperity that AI would create, such as touting that everyone would have, quote, invention superpowers to create new businesses. We already have that. We just need to pay people enough so that they have the luxury to take time off work so they can focus on their thing. How about you do that instead? We already have solutions for these problems. You're just greedy. This makes it people like this, the richest assholes, make it so hard to be a capitalist. I love capitalism. Capitalism works perfectly fine and well when we are culturally incentivized and we culturally promote honor and integrity and treating people well. But capitalism goes astray when you don't care about any of that and then you just do your own fucking shit. So it makes it so difficult to be in my position where a little AI is fine if you're already skilled or you want to learn to become skilled. I can see that being super useful. But you take it so far in the worst direction, philosophically, spiritually, in terms of human relations, and you just make everything worse, and it's so awful. Let's see. Inventive superpowers to create new businesses. His version of the future also is inherently tied to meta products, such as the company's AI-enabled smart glasses. Who would have thought? Just like how we were talking about earlier. Trying to soften the landing to get more customers, so you can siphon even more data. I think that's one of the realizations of terminology that I've come to recently, is consider everything to be a data harvesting, if not a data harvesting company, then a data harvesting program or something. Flock is a great example. Flock is not a camera or surveillance company, first and foremost. It is a data harvesting company. They just happen to use cameras and surveillance as a major way to do that. And the same thing goes for like browsers, advertisers, all the large social media and tech companies. At the end of the day, it seems the quickest, best way to classify and categorize them all is to just call them data harvesting companies, which is unfortunate. Which is why I keep harking back and going back to admiring the internet back in the 2000s, early 2000s, before smartphones and normies. it was cool when I and maybe one or two other people were the only kids on the internet who knew what the internet was, who knew how to play games on the internet. That was cool. Where everybody else were normies. They went outside, they rode their bikes, they did whatever the hell they did, and where there was no corporate predatory advertising, data harvesting dog shit. Those were the days. Let's see. Quote, everyone will have an exceptionally capable personal agent that understands you, your cult, and everything you care about. That sounds terrifying. That sounds kind of, honestly, that sounds kind of like a Shinigami. Like you have a Shinigami constantly following you, experiencing everything that you experience, writing down notes about you. So they can, and the Shinigami reports back to Zuckerberg so he can send you better advertisements. And they'll make like a family tree. They'll make a relationship tree. Like these are all the people in your life that you know. This is where they go to work. This is where their schedule is. Christ. Quote, you'll be able to interact with your agent through any device, including your glasses, to keep you present in the moment with the people you care about. No, if you're going through the glasses, then you're not present. You're in the glasses. If the glasses is the first thing that your perception encounters, then you're going through the glasses. You're not in the present. The glasses are filtering the present for you. That's not how that works, bro. If you truly want to be in the present, just be in the present with nothing. Maybe a piece of paper, that's it. A piece of paper and pen on the desk, that's it. To truly be in the present, be in an empty room, maybe a chair, maybe a desk, pen and paper, and that's it. That's how you live in the present. Why do billionaires think this is what we want? A robot friend? I mean, to be fair, he might be capitalizing on that concept because of the increase in the loneliness epidemic, which is caused primarily through social media and the introduction of and the necessity of smartphones in everyone's everyday life for like work, travel, payment. It seems like one of those things where it probably wasn't the plan, but they are capitalizing on the fact that they caused a problem and now they also have the solution. But I really don't think they were thinking this far ahead when they were making Facebook back in the day or Twitter back in the day. They just wanted a way to communicate and stay in contact with people. But it has now evolved in such a way where these two worlds are sort of colliding, where we have the solution to your loneliness problem, to your you don't have enough time to work on your business thing because you're working all the time and we're not paying you enough. However, if we build this AI thingy for you, if we make these glasses for you that sees everything you see and knows everything you know, then you can make your business. Oh, so they're pulling a Monsanto, create a problem, sell the solution. Are you talking about the genetically, is it copyrighted technically? Genetically copyrighted seeds from Monsanto? That's, I think, the only place I've heard of them. This was like 10 years ago or something, right? They're like very hardy seeds that grow well, but then they also don't allow you to, or rather, they're allowed to sue you if you reuse the seeds from that harvest. Not quite. That was another story. I can't remember. I think. Let's have a look. Monsanto controversies. How many controversies are we going to find? 20? let's see what appears here on the Brave AI overview. Monsanto became controversial. Aggressive enforcement of GMO, genetically modified organism, patents, environmental misconduct, and the health impacts of its flagship herbicide. Monsanto faced intense backlash for its policy of prohibiting farmers from saving seeds from GMO crops, requiring annual purchases, and annual purchase. They literally did the biological version of a subscription model, a yearly subscription model. Christ's sake. To be fair, they were ahead of their time. Jesus. Requiring annual purchases and suing those who planted them without licenses. Oh my god. You have a license for those seeds? You have a license for that crop? Oh my goodness. Critics accused the company of exploiting small farmers and dominating the global seed supply, leading to high-profile legal battles, such as the case against Canadian farmer Percy Schmeiser, and the use of private investigators to root out brown bagging, unlicensed seed saving. Yeah, this is the kind of company that exists in an anime. Glyphosate and Roundup lawsuits. The most damaging scandal involved Roundup, a herbicide containing glyphosate, which plaintiffs alleged causes non-Hodgkin lymphoma. While the EPA maintains glyphosate is safe, the WHO has classified it as a probable carcinogen. Monsanto was accused of manipulation scientific research through ghostwriting and pressuring journals to downplay cancer risks. A tale as old as time. This is again where capitalism falters when people fail to live up to our standards of honor and integrity. This is a failure of the human spirit, and it should be condemned to the full extent possible. As of 2026, Bayer Monsanto has faced over 100,000 lawsuits, with a proposed $7.25 billion settlement currently under legal scrutiny and objection by plaintiffs' groups. Well, environmental and chemical misconduct. Monsanto's history includes producing Agent Orange during the Vietnam War and manufacturing polychlorinated biphenyls, PCBs, from 1929 to 1971, both linked to severe health and environmental damage. The company has been sued by local governments for contaminating waterways with chemical runoff. Additionally, a landmark 2000 study deemed glyphosate safe was retracted in November 2025 after it was revealed that a Monsanto employee had ghostwritten the research. Rippy dippy. I think this is why I've also, over the past 2 years or so, I've become more aggressive in the idea that everyone should be doing their part in the social corrective behavior that is shame and what would be a better word for, like, in terms of business? It's not necessarily like a boycott, it's more like a principled stance, but shame and something else. Those are the built-in social and cultural corrective behaviors that we need to lean upon more and use properly with care. Obviously, shunning. Yeah, maybe shunning is a good word. But some people do it willy-nilly without any research, and then they shame and shun the wrong people, or they believe a false story, a fake story on social media, which I blame TikTok and the enshittification of the human IQ as well as the human attention span and the human cognitive abilities. On thornier issues such as loss of jobs from AI, autonomous weapons, and government surveillance, Zuckerberg mostly brushed them aside. Law enforcement and the military already possess greater intelligence gathering powers than the average person, Zuckerberg argued, and this would continue with access to AI. Companies may shrink in size due to AI, he conceded, but the technology would create new economic opportunities. I blame US culture. What exactly in US culture? Because I can see like this sort of individual, an extreme sense of individualism to which you don't care about how your actions impact others. That's one way I think I could understand what you're saying there. To which I agree. It's so funny. It's so funny how certain people in the US call certain other people communists when they're not really communists, they're just European because they like social policies and programs that help their fellow man. I feel like that's what most Europeans should say. I'm not a communist, I'm just European. People will have to adapt, and this will be challenging, Zuckerberg said about labor disruption from new technology. But the more that everyone has a personal agent that is super intelligent at teaching us new skills and helping us adapt to change, the smoother this will be. Oh, okay. I thought this was part of the article. This is their e-begging. Their e-begging is like the size of the entire article. Oh my god, how many? Let's do a word count comparison. Oh my goodness. Word count test. Okay, here is the Guardian's e-begging. 474 words. And the article. We'll have to kill some of these things here. Or hang on, I can. Fuck, no, fuck, no. Fuck, what? 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 Oh, now this is stuck here forever? Because I read one article? Okay. Oh my god. Look at this and shit. Yes, thank you, The Guardian. I love this. This is a great experience. I will definitely give you money. Okay. Let's do this. We gotta kill this. Okay, we have, let's count. 474 for e-begging. It still doesn't go through to Twitch. Okay, whatever. This is the article. Let's kill this. And let's grab this. Ah! And this has links, which I think count as characters as well. So the article is 948 words, and the e-begging is 474 words. So it's about half the size of the article. Nice. They're trying to increase my read time by 25% if I want to read this. Right-click, block element. Is it because I am on a private browser? But I have to inspect the element first. Oh. Footer. No. It's under main somewhere. GU Island. Oh, aside. Okay, that's what it's called. Where's the aside opening? Well, I'll figure it out later. Yes, I am on Brave, and this is Brave on a private window. So that they don't track my cookies and compare them to my YouTubes and my other stuffs. It's just a habit. If I don't want them to have my cookies, I just always open it in a private tab. Well, whatever, we'll do that later. Very nice. Very totally not deranged from Zuck. The Zucky Wucky. Zucky Wucky. Zucky Fucky. Let's see if I can find another article that's a little more lighthearted. Oh boy. Okay, this is another AI article, which I think is very relevant to what we were just discussing. Okay, this one's funny. I like this one. Let's start with the spooky one, and then we'll do the funny one. This is TechSpot. I don't think I've heard of them. So this could be AI. I do not endorse this this publication. From TechSpot, published August 10th, 2026 by Rob Thubron. Farmer trusted AI after it gave good advice. Then it helped wipe out 25 acres of his crops. The chatbot recommended an herbicide that also kills sesame plants. Oh, I think Emoto will like this story. Facepalm. Most readers of this site know not to blindly trust AI on important matters, even if it got things right before. A farmer. Oh, okay, it's in China. Okay, I don't feel so bad anymore. Was it? I hope it was a Chinese. I hope it was DeepSeek or something. A farmer in Chuzhou, China, discovered this the hard way when he took weed and pest control advice from a chatbot. The result was the death of 25 acres of crops. Oh no, the 67-year-old farmer was recommended by the AI to use, quote, high efficiency, I don't know anything about farming chemicals, floppy rumenthal and flululu to kill weeds and mix it with thiameth. What's the full word for meth? Thiamethylamine and methyl salt. As reported by Taiwanese Chinese language news website, he followed the instructions blindly, failing to check that what he was doing was safe. It wasn't until the next morning that the farmer realized he shouldn't have been so hasty. I feel like this is a good example, a good what would it be called? A good moment for any time you're trying to apply something new, like maybe like if it's on your body, like if you have a new lotion or something, do a small test patch before you do it the full thing. And I guess the same thing goes here with like farming or maybe if you're trying to paint something or something like that, do a small test before you go all over the place. It wasn't until the next morning that the farmer realized he shouldn't have been so hasty. Around 24.7 acres of his sesame seedlings were dead. The presumably upset farmer returned to the AI to ask why this had happened. The reason apparently was the use of flululu, The herbicide is mainly used to kill broadleaf weeds in soybean fields, but as sesame is classified as a broadleaf plant, it's affected by the chemical. The AI also confirmed that Flululu is supposed to be sprayed directly onto affected areas only, rather than spreading it across an entire field, which is how the farmer applied it, unfortunately. The angry farmer said the AI never warned him of the dangers of following its advice. As any chatbot will tell you itself, it can make mistakes, misunderstand details, or rely on incomplete information. It's why ChatGPT has a disclaimer at the bottom warning that it can make mistakes and that users should check important information. What's especially ironic in this instance is that the farmer initially didn't trust the AI app. Rip, that was the right move! But he changed his mind after it proved helpful, given the end result. He probably should have trusted his gut. Okay, we need a new Gelman amnesia. Gelman amnesia is where you're reading a newspaper. They have an article about something that you are an expert in or you are well informed on. And you can tell it's full of shit and stupid and it has wrong information. But then you turn the page and there's a new article about something you don't know. And you trust every word of it because you have no intimate knowledge of it. So I feel like we need some kind of thing here. Just because AI was helpful at one point in time doesn't mean it always will be. And furthermore, the negative impact, the negative effect, should be what you remember more. I feel like that's what we need. Snowy Wolfies TTV. Hello, thank you for the follow. Coming over from Blue Sky. Hello. How are you this morning? If it is a morning for you, it is 2 a.m. for me. I hope you don't get scared because we are reading about spooky AI. Spooky AI stories. There's a long list of people putting their trust in AI-generated answers and regretting it. One of the worst cases happened last year when a 60-year-old man, after reading reports on the negative impact excessive amounts of sodium chloride can have on the body, decided to, I remember this one, decided to remove from his diet. He used a nearby thing. It was either adjacent to sodium or adjacent to chloride. Was it sodium bromide, I think? I think that's the one. When the man asked ChatGPT about substances that can replace salt, one of its suggestions, oh yeah, it was bromide. Sodium bromide, which can be true for certain applications such as cleaning, but certainly not for food. As the man discovered, his new diet gave him bromism, aka chronic bromide poisoning, a psychiatric disorder not commonly seen since the 19th century. You're good? Yes, it's 2 a.m. for me. Nice. For once, I meet somebody in my fellow time zone. Because usually it's Europeans who are awake at these hours who tune in. Sometimes I get Germans and Italians and Frenchoids or Poles in here. And or Scotsmen. Central. Yes, I am also essential. US essential. Imagine being European. Imagine being French. It's yeah. It's I didn't intend for it for my streams and my stream hours to be for the Euro divergent people of the world, but that just happens to be my sleep schedule most of the time. Okay, well, this one I wish it would tell me which AI this was. I really, really hope it was DeepSeek. Let's see if somebody else. Chuzu China Farmer AI. AI. Somebody must know which AI he used. I don't know anything about all the different Chinese AI or companies. All I know is DeepSeek from when I heard it that one time. This might be like a firewall of China thing where they're not publicly, the press is not publicly allowed to state which AI it was so as to protect their own ego and their reputation. So they can go ahead in an article like this and say, and just use ChatGPT as an example of an AI, but that doesn't mean it was the AI that this guy used. So they can do reputational damage to American readers who are normies, who don't know anything and just call every AI ChatGPT. Okay, here is the other article from fashiontimes.co.uk. Published July 29th, 2026. Katy Perry gets trapped in giant bottle during performance as fans ignore her pleas to roll her back. The pop star's crowd surfing stunt descended into chaos when concert goers sent her in the wrong direction. You are now at the whims of the crowd. Katy Perry found herself temporarily stranded inside a giant inflatable water bottle after fans appeared to ignore her instructions during her headline performance at Isle of MTV Malta on Wednesday, the 22nd of July, 2026. The Teenage Dream singer climbed into the transparent bottle while performing at the Florida granaries, expecting the crowd to roll her toward an enormous straw positioned near the stage. I feel like this is the kind of thing where they should have had trustworthy people, trustworthy security guards along the path that they wanted to go to help dictate the direction here. Instead, the viral footage showed concertgoers repeatedly pushing the prop in the opposite direction. It's gonna be loud as fuck, isn't it? Oh, that's probably gonna get copy strike. Let's not do that. 5 minutes of this? Well, they have bodyguards right here. They have her team here. These guys should have been at the front. They have a giant phone too? Is that what that is? And a giant flower? Oh, she's in there. Okay, I have a good idea for an illustration now of Katy Perry being inside a clear container in which people can put liquids inside of. I'm gonna draw that, now that I've seen this. Katy Perry made a mistake here, and she has made yet another mistake. Okay, so she's trying to get over there. Where are they going to send her? I feel like she's around 30? She could be... I feel like she's a little older than me, like maybe by 1 or 2 years. Well, so far they're going in the right direction. But no, time to go far away. Time to go away on the x-axis. You were going correctly on the y-axis, but now the x-axis is going to send you the other way. Oh. Wait. Were the people holding the straw her team? They should have moved the straw to her over here. Wow, they messed up. They done goofed. Nice meme. This was well played by the crowd. Now they get to spend more time with Katy Perry. Oh. Well, at least they sent her back to the stage, even though that wasn't the plan. But she might be in her 30s, but she's dressed like she's 18 with her first boyfriend ever, Katy Perry. Age. Oh, she was born in 84, so she's 41. Okay. So she is older than me by several years. What's her most recent photo? Her wrinkles are starting to come in, but she looks pretty nice for being performing. If this is a recent photo, 2024. Old hag. Maybe in the future she'll make a song where like she's a witch and she'll actually dress up like a witch. She'll become a real hag. Oh, that's funny. I was gonna do... Okay, so the plan for the art was that I was gonna update my emotes, my Twitch emotes, because I've been needing to do this forever. I have 3 more free emote slots open. I have 2 more animated emote slots opened. I have my 5 of 5 regular animated emote slots populated, but only one of them is animated. I put these here as placeholders to animate them later. The plan was to animate some of these, but now that I saw Katy Perry, I think I'm gonna want to I'm gonna want to do this illustration here. This seems like a more fun thing that I want to do. Let's do that. Kuromi... No, I'm gonna do... Well, I could do that, but I want to draw Katy Perry in a bottle in order to commemorate the event. So I can animate these later. Let's see. Let's grab some reference material. I feel like this one could be okay. Or actually, first let me open up my paper. Let me hide the screen real quick, in case there is some adult women things on screen. I really need like two more computers. One for work on stream, so that nothing that's ever accidentally pops up on screen while I am streaming. And then another work computer for other kinds of work, so that I can just never worry about that ever again. Okay, where's my paper? Paper. Here we go. Let's do that. Let's show that. Let's put this in. Is that what she's supposed to look like without her makeup? She just looks like a normie. Okay. There's a certain way she does her eyes and her Her eyebrows. I feel like that's what I can capture most in an illustration. Let's grab this. What if I do like chunky bottle, chunky water bottle? No. Chunky. What is the plastic water bottle? And grab the shape. Okay, I think this one's good here. Let's do that. Wait, what the heck? Oh. Okay. I like how the reason I started to stream today anyway was to make with the sole goal and focus to make those animated emotes, and now I'm getting distracted because I have most of the work done for a new fun in games. Getting off topic, I already have the shots drawn out in the storyboard, and I have most of the dialogue done. I gotta tweak maybe 1 or 2 words, and I just gotta film. The plan was to do the emotes right now, and then I can film after I finish streaming. But now I gotta do Katy Perry. Okay, what is 100% here? Let me grab my tablet. Can't wait for the, what's that called again? Piggy's appearance. Oh no, there's not gonna be. This isn't. It's a getting off topic that I'm doing an RB short. I do have a use for the piggies for episode 6. You'll see. Although in a way the joke will be kind of a little bit out of date, but I think it'll still work. I think it'll still be appreciated. This is what happens when I have way too many ideas. And it takes a while to get to it. And also it takes a while to film something to completion. Why do you hate Pigoo? I don't hate Pigoo though. That's why I'm putting the Pigoo in the episode. Don't worry, there's some Pigoos in episode 5 as well. You'll see. Okay, how is my pen? Do I have pen pressure? This guy. I don't have pen pressure. Pen pressure, go. Oh fuck. That's not what I meant. Actually, we might do just a regular guy. Okay. So I think we'll have the bottle somewhere here, which is somewhat rectangular. Let's work under this assumption for the bottle. like so, which means this would be curved, kind of like this. Let's have her be on her knees, kind of like this. But we might adjust it. Let's have her hands be like in a let me out position. And then she's like pleading to the crowd, something like this. Although actually she looks way too small. We can make her bigger. Grab all that. Do all this. Okay, now she's a bit too big. That's kind of what she looked like, I think, in the bottle. I'd rather have a bottle in front of me than a frontal lobotomy. Okay, we only care about this one here. I guess we should check what she was wearing during that concert, during that performance. Was it the Florida Granaries Katy Perry outfit? I guess 2026. She must have been there multiple times. Or she had a whole bunch of costume changes that day. But Katy Perry stuck in bottle. Oh, right. She was just like a fucking 18-year-old snoot. I don't even know if YouTube would like me having this outfit on screen. If I find the full size of it, might be a little much. Oh my goodness. There's a tweet here that reads and has pictures. The text says, "The way Justin Trudeau applies sunscreen to Katy Perry." And like her feet are like stretching out toward the sun. I cannot find this outfit. Okay, well, let's assume it's something kind of similar to this here. And we'll go based off this. Okay. That is what we are doing. Right this very now. Oh, fuck, wait, I killed my Twitch thing. Shit. Okay, so let's see. her head somewhere over here. Kind of like this. She has the buns. It's kind of like a Mickey Mouse or a bear. She's a bear. Wait, no, that's not a bear. A bear is more like this, like a teddy bear. Okay, we'll have her. Looking upward, I think. Something like this. She has little, what would this be called? Tassels? No, not tassels. She has thingies. She's got some big long thingies here. Or hang on a second, I can do that. She's got a really deep V over here. Or actually, we can make it a bit wider for her endowed. There we go. Seems pretty good. Although, actually, no, her chest is way too high here. I mean, this might work. If I just move here up a bit. And this is, of course, assuming I have the proper proportions here on this stick figure. And I can draw it properly. Which I highly doubt I'll be able to, but it's not going to stop me from trying. She'll be like over here. With her midriff all exposed. Let's do 5 actually. 5 pixels, I think. I'm gonna like. It looks kind of like like Chun-Li because it has the buns at the top and the thingies, the thingy wingies. Let's see, she has that. Have her midriff over here. I don't know if I can draw this perspective. Chun-Li parry. Or instead of doing her legs like that, I can do it. She's on her feet. She's crouched. She wants to be let out. We could do that. Here would be her legs and her feet right there. The perspective might be a bit too difficult for me to do right now with my limited understanding of anatomy. Oh, fuck. But I am practicing. I think I am getting better. Although, to be fair, it wouldn't be accurate to have her standing because I don't even think she was standing in that video because she was like sideways, being knocked around. She had like a super short skirt thing. Super short skirt. Short skirt over here, kind of like this. Then I guess we gotta account for this sizing. We assume this is the size of her torso. Her legs should be a little longer. I think that's a little too long, but that might be perfect for whatever kind of shoes she had. Let's assume this is the shoes. Does that look like a human proportion? Legs look a little short. Looks like one of those Chinese women who do their foot binding. Let's make that a little taller. This is probably better. That could work. Which means this bottle is now way too small. Although I can move the bottle down. It doesn't have to be perfectly in that center quadrant. I can do something more like this. So that we have kind of like that. Now this bottle makes it look more like a witch's potion or something, like something you'd see in D&D. Maybe I'll do that instead of the plastic bottle. This looks funnier. Also, I keep forgetting that we also have access on Twitch to the bits, guys. Because for bits, you have fruits and vegetables. How many slots of that do I have available? Rewards, no. Bits and cheering. Bits tier badges, here we go. I could do more of these as well, but I feel like bits are pretty useless. They're kind of cringe. We have, for one bit, you have taters. What's taters? What's taters, precious? And then you have Apu for 100, banana for 1k, and orange for 5k. But I don't really think anybody really uses these. For Christ's sake, there are people who do 5 million. I think it's funnier though if we don't have as many fruits and vegetables, because then we can have we'll just have the regular where's the sub tiers? And we have more candy than we have fruits and vegetables. So I think it's funnier if that works, because I'm like a child and I like sugar. Whereabouts are those? There's so many different things hidden beneath so many different menus. Where is Twitch subs? Is it under rewards? No. Emotes? No. I do still need a bit more candy to add to these guys. Subscriber badges, that's what it is. I unlock another one on December 21st of this year. I already used most of my candy that I know. We have gummy bears and gummy worms. We have Takis. I guess I could put other chips like Doritos. truffles are a potato chip, right? But it'd be so hard to identify that at normal size. Like, this is full size, and I think what we see here on Twitch is like a quarter of that. If we split this into a quadrant, it's about the size of 1/4. Oh no. I just realized I have 2 burgers here. I have this candy burger and a real burger. Okay, well, we'll deal with that later. Or we could do a water bottle, actually. We could do a water bottle as one of these. One of them will be a water bottle, the rest will be like flavored soda. So one of them will be, it'll look like water, but it'll be colored orange, and then the other one will be purple for grapes, and so on and so forth. All right. Guys, I need to look up Katy Perry's legs for research. It's for reference. Trust me, guys. Katy Perry's legs. I definitely can't show some of these on stream. She has pretty long legs, actually. Her thighs are definitely quite thick compared to her ankles. So we'll do like, assuming this continues here. Oh shit. Wrong layer. Assuming this continues, we'll go here. Kind of like that. At this point though, like toward the bottom, I think I can just imply shape rather than actually draw hard lines. And then we'll give her like some high heels or whatever. Or I guess the implication of high heels. Because it's not supposed to be very detailed if it's going to be like one of my watercolor thingies. It's mostly just the lines. Okay. Let's pull this. Swap over to this guy. I assume the most detailed thing I can do is the crop top here. So let's start with that as the starting basis. This is not what I thought I was going to be drawing today, but here we are. Oh wait, hang on a second. We're supposed to be making this a little rounder over here on the outside. Fuck. Okay. The issue that I have here in the previous sketch is her neck. So I guess I'll start with her collarbone area, which would be around here. Just those little tiny lines to imply it. Give her neck up this way. Okay, this isn't turning out too badly. Let's do this. No, it should be further left or further right on her head. Yeah, I think further left here, and then we can do one of these. Okay, this isn't too bad. Which means we have to now move her thing over here. Let's grab a new layer for that. Like so. Give her a bit of a sad face because she's spooked. She's never gonna escape. Let's do that. Okay, this is where we need her eyes. Okay, so it looks like she does mostly top and the outside corner here. Sometimes, however, like in this one, she goes all over the place. Except for the inner corner. I think I've seen her most like this. Or I guess in this case she has mostly just on the top. She had her eyeliner. So let's make the top line the bigger one. Oh, that's her about her. No, that's the eyebrow. Let's do 2 on here. Fuck. Okay. Looking pretty decent. Oh, fuck. And then her eyebrows. It starts out big. Tapers off. Sometimes. Okay, tapers off up at about the edge of her eye here. I can go back in there in a second, make that nicer. Gonna go into the pixel level. Oh, fuck. there. Okay. That seems acceptable enough to me. Oh fuck, wait. Are we on the wrong layer? No, we're not. Okay. Why did I change the opacity to 30? It was an accident. I guess we need to look at her nose, see what kind of shape, the least amount of brush strokes I can use. It's Ivy's. It's Ivy Cat. What? Ivy. Oh shit, what the heck? I did not see. There's some stuff going on in Discord. Let's see. What? I posted this earlier. Oh my goodness. You literally skipped my video. I posted this Louis Rossman, Do I Miss New York video at 4:30 p.m. and you posted it again at 2 a.m. Wow, I see. You're just ignoring my posts. I see. I see how it is. Okay. I think I've seen her mostly with her hair like this, tied back pretty tightly. I think in this performance though she was kind of like this, tied back tightly in two buns rather than a ponytail. So let's start with the buns, I believe. Or no, that goes background. Oh fuck, I'm supposed to be using as few lines as possible. Sometimes I forget my own style that I'm going for. It is what it is. Shit. My buns are awful. Look at them. Okay, that one works. I like that one. Oh, that one's massive. Why is that one so much bigger compared to the other one? That's acceptable. And then her hair, she parts it through the middle. About halfway through the buns, maybe. Fuck, I gotta go pee. For some reason, she looks kind of like a Dragon Ball Z character, like a Frieza or something. Okay, I'll take a break here. We shall return in a second. I'm gonna play some ads on Twitch if we are allowed. 3-minute ad break. Try not to die. think Patches wants to jump up here. Okay, she went to the bed. Crisis averted. Kill that. Get this. Okay. I always have this compulsion to keep adding more lines and be more detailed when I don't really need to for this particular watercolor-ish style. Which also lends to my ability to make them fairly quickly so that I can focus on the few details that do matter. Okay. Go ahead and do her arms. Although I think her can make her cropped up a little. More like this. So that her armpits are out. I think that'd be pretty cool. Her pitties, yeah. Because her pitties are all over here. I'm pretty sure when she's singing and moving her arms around, her pitties are going to be flopping about. Alright, let's open. That was the eraser tool. Can do something like this. And then we'll have the implication of pitties. Let's see if I can do it properly though. Okay, so there's this bit that's over here ahead of the pitties. Okay, I think I just need one line actually, instead of two. Fuck. Something about it looks off. Why do you look weird? She has nasty pits NGL. I don't even know what that means. I know what not gonna lie means. I don't know what the rest of it means. How does one decipher? Strange. Okay, well I'll hold off on to this until later, see if I even need... Oh, I don't need the line, I can just apply it with color actually. I keep forgetting that's a tool I have. Yes, I understand what you mean, but what I'm failing to understand is how it's... what criteria... what criteria needs to be met. How do you arrive to this conclusion? That's what I mean. Well, I mean, I feel like some people have a different, I guess again the same word, criteria pops up for what's considered cute or not. Let's just make this funnier. Let's just do like a cartoonish. I think I like it more when it's cartoonish. This one has to be like this. I could just give her 4. That's funny. 4 fingers instead of her full 5. Yeah, let's do 4. Let's lean into the cartoonish element actually. She's gonna be like a Simpson or something. Although I think it's too small here. What? Oh my goodness, not that one. This one. Sometimes the layers decide to act on their own in a way that makes no sense to me. I didn't press no button to swap to a different layer. What are you doing, bro? Wasn't me. I didn't do nothing. Ah! Fuck. Okay, this looks funny here, like talons or something. I think I like that. Alright. On to the next arm. Although, no, hang on a second. This is too... Shit. I think I do need the 5 fingers for this to work out better. Fuck. Because now it looks weird. You know what? That's not too bad. I'll take that one. I feel like I keep wanting to make the arms way too plump. That looks much better, I think. I need to practice more arms. Okay. That's decent. Her hands are a little small, but I can fix that later. If if you want to be an internet artist, TM, you need to learn how to draw armpits. Very important. This is more like chubbly, yes. A chubbly Simpsons cartoon version of Katy Perry. Her arms are thick, but her waist for some reason continues to be quite slim. Oh, actually, now that we're doing this seems a little too short. Let's make that a little longer. Even though I'm pretty sure in her performance it was quite low. Or quite short. Short skirt, mini skirt kind of thing. Or I can bring it down. I think I'm gonna have to do this part without the sketch. That doesn't look too bad. Okay. Then let's just assume she has some kind of a... Let's go for three toes. I don't know if this is too far, too close. What perspective is this gonna be? Would this land on kind of like this? It's gonna be like a dinosaur. Humans in The Simpsons have like 4 fingers, and dinosaurs have like 3 digits or something like that. I don't know. Or we could give her no shoes whatsoever, actually. Even better, even easier to draw. She looks like a dinosaur. Actually, that's fine. I think that's funny. I'll do that. Shit. Okay. That is acceptable enough for my... how much time I'm willing to put into this. And then this bun on the left is a little too big. Let's play with that a little bit. The other one looks like plumper, rounder this way from left to right. This one looks a little flatter. A little flat earther. Okay. Need to have her hair down wispy this way. Or actually, no, I can... all I need is a couple of outlines. I think I can now. I can do the hair and just color without too many lines. Okay, let's start coloring. I think that'll give us a better idea of what we've got. Watercolor detail. What's this one? Let's grab a layer here for color. Shit, wait. That's very vibrant lipstick. Holy Christ. Oh, she has green eyes. I never noticed that. I think that's all the oh, no, we need hair color. This color might be a good start. Oh shit, we're doing fucking wet edges. Shit. Fuck. Fucky wucky. Well, at least I have two possible colors to pick from in case I need to make some adjustments. But now my colors are all over the place. What's the other color? This color, oh, lipstick. Okay. Okay. Let's crayon this in. Watercolor detail dynamic. What's this one? That's not too bad. I like this one. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna need like 20 bajillion passes for that one. I think I like this one. Harsh water detailer. Okay. Where are we going? Since we already have her lipstick color, let's start there. Wait, fuck! This is the same layer as the line art. Shit. No, no, no. Don't do that. What? Where'd my other guy go? You just like killed him? I don't know where he went. Yes, I want this guy over here. Why did that take so long? Okay, look, you want... Oh, I think I know why. No, I don't know why. Whatever. Maybe the AI that snuck onto my computer is making decisions for me that I have no idea what they are. Okay. Let's do... Let me paint her lips. Ah! I guess we also need to consider that this is gonna go in beneath these paper textures. Let's do that. So I can account what that'll look like with the color. Let's give her her white teeths. Make sure she's got nice clean white stuff in her mouth. To really show off her sad face. And then she's like greenish eyes. I don't know if it's gonna be even able to pick up at such a small size here. Saturate that to here. How's this? It's not too bad. Let's make it a little darker. Little darker. I think this works. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay. Now. Oh, this is gonna be a difficult part here with all of these. There's the grid here. Fuck, which colors? Whatever, I'll just go directly from here. I'm not scared. Or actually, first I need to do the underground white, underlying white, I think. Or lightish purple, lightish pink. And then we'll just do the grid over that. I feel like one pass might be enough. I don't know if a second pass really helps all that much here. Oh no, I can tell the difference. This one's definitely much more, not much more, slightly more saturated. but it's still very difficult to tell. Okay. Time for the grid. Give me this color. Oh fuck, I should have done the... Dang, it doesn't reselect my color. If I go back, give me this color. Plop it over here. I still don't understand why Linus did what he did with that Steam Deck or Steam Machine. Does he really want that jet that badly? He's willing to just destroy his entire reputation with one stupid review. I kind of feel like he's at a point where in his mind he's decided, okay, well, I made it this far. People are stupid and they're gonna keep trusting me and believing me, and I can just abuse that trust and that relationship. And they're gonna eat it up. No biggie. So I can lie about. I can be a retard in this Steam Machine review. I don't know if that's worse or D-Brand not getting permission from Valve for their thing. Okay, I think I'm not gonna want brush pressure for this one. Or hang on a second, maybe I want 5 instead. Yeah, I think 5. 5 is pretty good. Shit. My hand started to hurt. Fuck. Okay, my wrist actually needs a break from that. Looking at Katy Perry for too long has made my wrist hurt. Did he double down or something else happened related to the video calling him out about Steam Machine being a good work? No, just as far as I'm aware, just that. Paladin asks on Discord. But I was just listening to the Portal music. I'm thinking about Steam and Valve and Gaben. And that reminded me of Sinus Al Bastion. It's just so funny. Pretty soon he's gonna become like Zuck and Phelon. I really kind of feel like this background color for this paper here is actually pretty good for her skin tone. I might just need to like grab this color, I think. But yeah, as far as I'm aware, nothing new happened. If I put myself into the headspace of Linus, I don't think he's even gonna address it. Like he's probably, like I said, he's at the point where he doesn't care, I assume. And he's like, okay, all of these people are beneath me, and even addressing it is worthless. I feel like he's just gonna keep going. But what was that thing that he did recently where somebody complained to him about something? It was before that Steam machine thing. And he was like, he doesn't, I don't know what he said. I think he was on a forum thread. He said something like womp womp, basically. That good old meme. Linus Sebastian controversy. LTT forums. I don't know if it was a backpack warranty thing. I don't think so. In January 2026, Sebastian was granted limited moderator permissions on the official subreddit, sparking backlash after he stated that he would ban users sharing, quote, bad faith opinions. Is that what it was? Bad faith opinions, specifically targeting criticism of LTT branded cables. Users criticized this as a power-tripping move and an attempt to own the community, arguing that bans should be reserved for severe offenses rather than unfounded negative opinions. The subreddit's existing moderation team clarified that LMG was not granted editorial powers and that the community would remain independent, while Sebastian later claimed he had not noticed the controversy or had taken significant action. The Trust Me Bro warranty. Yeah, but I think it was a more recent thing, like something in this year. I don't think he did like a video or anything. I think it was on the LTT forums. But it says here this is January of 2026. I feel like it was the past 3 months. I don't know if it was on a subreddit. It may have been, but August 2023, no. That's not. What the heck is this? This is a news story, I think. August 2023, no, that's not what I want. August, I thought it was something. No, this is. Okay, I typed in recent controversy. It's giving me August, but it's giving me 2023, not 2026, which is not recent. I don't know if you guys know how to tell time here in this search engine, but was it this? April 3rd, 2026. LTT owns a private jet now after previously calling it great. Oh, I think that's what it was. I think it was just in the comments of this video. Or the replies on the forums to this private jet video where he says like, cry about it or I don't care. The guy has been a sellout for a while. but it's really shown in the past 10 years. Is this the guy that had that one employee quit once he realized he was working on chores at his boss's third home, and the employee realized he would never own a home himself? Oh, okay, I think maybe that's what it was. I think after the Jake video where he said about his third home, wondering if he would ever even be able to afford one. I feel like it was an LTT forum post in response to that, where Linus just said, "I don't care," or whatever. I think that's what it was that I was thinking of recently. Linus Sebastian reaction to Jake third home quote. Oh, okay, yeah, maybe that's what it was related to the Jake's video without permission. Linus Sebastian responded to former employee Jake Tivvy's viral quote about working on his third house with defiant sarcasm and humor rather than a serious apology for the wealth disparity. Rickroll, I think this is what it was. February 2026, Sebastian broke his silence by tweeting a link disguised as a rebuttal video, but which rickrolled viewers, signaling his intent to mock the criticism. When fans called him out for being insensitive, he doubled down with the following remarks. "I'm curious if you're concerned that you might not be fun at parties. And I checked my wallet. I checked my bank account. I checked all 3 of my houses. There were no Fs left in any of them." Okay, this is what I was thinking of, where he's just at the point where he doesn't care. Rippy dippy. Rippy skippy. So yeah, I'm pretty sure any new controversies or anything regarding the Steam machine critiques of his review, he would basically say the same thing. He's checked his wallet, he's checked his bank account, he's checked all 3 of his houses. There were no fucks left in any of them. Unlucky. Okay, I think I have recovered from my cooldown after looking at this Katy Perry picture, so let me go back to drawing more lines. And doing some more back and forth motion. I feel like I could... A second pass makes it look way better. I don't know if I'm gonna have to do a second pass on all of the vertical ones as well. Oh no. What have I done to myself? It's so unfortunate too, because I kind of feel like the thing with Linus is also the same as what I was previously mentioning with capitalism. I like capitalism, but it falters when people let go of and stop caring about things like honor and integrity, which we see with Sony recently. As long as there's no actual harm to their bottom line, they don't give a fuck. Until there's actual legal precedents that they're not just allowed to delete your legally purchased stuff on their servers. They're not gonna change their ways, and that kind of really sucks. Okay, I think just doing the second pass here on the horizontals are decent, maybe. I might not have to do it for every vertical stripe. Although it does make it look better if I do it for everyone. Every single one of them. Oh no. Fuck. Now I'm getting hungry. The hungry monkey. Okay, well, I mean, the plan was to do emotes, but I think I could just finish this one and then call it a night. So that I can I might be able to publish the RB short before I go to sleep, if I can film quickly enough. Oh no, I still need to make a prop. A physical thing. So yeah, I think that's what I'll do. We'll finish this Katy Perry thing. Call it a night there. And then hopefully I have enough energy to finish the RB short in time to publish before I go to a sleepings. My wrist keeps hurting from doing my repetitive motion with my hands while looking at this Katy Perry picture. I'm pretty sure all of this detail is going to be lost upon compression in wherever I upload it. But that's okay. I do like the detail, at least on the full res, which will be on Patreon for free. That's not too bad. Now for the skirt, which in theory should be quicker. In theory. I just realized I'm gonna have to go super long left to right. Okay, note to self, try to limit striped clothing designs. Okay, no, I don't mind being a little bit messier on these. Oh hey, Goog Teeter Chip. When did you get in here? Right this very now, I am working on an illustration based off a video that I saw. The video was Katy Perry was performing and she climbed into a large inflatable bottle, and that gave me the idea of drawing her trapped inside a container. So I am currently meticulously drawing the stripes on her outfits. This is going to be her pose, and I'm going to draw her inside of a container. And we're basing it off her clothing here. This was not the plan when I started streaming, but I found it funny. So I'm gonna roll with it. I'm gonna roll with it in the same way that Katy Perry rolled with the bottle as she was crowd surfing in an unintended direction. But how are you? How are you doing this morning, evening, whatever time it is for you? do her hair. Let's grab this color, I think, for her hair. Shit. That's not a good hair color. Let's make it darker. That's a yucky color. That's a very yucky color. I think this is better. Let's go with this one. Oh shit. Can go a little closer there. I might not even need any brush strokes here for the extra hair detail if I can just do this. That doesn't look too bad. Her eyes don't look terrified enough. Let's see if I can do something. I kind of like it. I like the way her eyes look right now. I don't know if it's just me, but her eyes do look like Katy Perry eyes to me for some reason. But I'm not very familiar with her at all. I've only seen a handful of pictures, including most of them right now. I think I got her eyeliner well enough that I can tell it's her, but maybe that's just me. Does she have any? Oh, we need to make her pink. Her pink thingies. I don't even know if we can tell anymore where the buns begin. Whatever. That's not a big idea. It's not a big deal. Pretty good at the moment. Working on the script for the next episode. How's yours coming along? My episode has been... I took a longer break than I intended. When I finished the introduction, I was just supposed to take like a short break for a few days, but I think it's okay. I have not made any major progress in my episode, but all the things are in place. I am confident that things will fall into place pretty well and pretty easily as I start filming in the next few days. So I hope your progress also goes well. Okay, I guess I should address her eyes here if we're trying to make her more spooked. I think the easiest way to make her more spooked... Oh my goodness. This is like when you're playing Mass Effect and you just see the character's eyes pop out of their skin mesh. Go to sleep. No. It is 4:04 a.m. Sleep not found. Okay. I think we can make this. I guess I could put bags under her eyes too. This needs to be like way smaller, way thinner. Oh, now she looks really terrified if I do that. It looks like her eyes are falling apart like a ghoul or something if I do that. I would have to change her upper eye as well. I like the way it is though. I can probably just yoink a little bit like that. Oh, okay, that's much better. Aha! That does a lot of work. Okay, just shave up a little bit. Shave up a little bit more. Okay, how's that for terrified emote? Is that like better? I could probably go even further. I can push it pretty hard. I mean, the rest of this is a little cartoonish too, so I could push it up to like here. Ah! Speaking of sleep, I have to get up now. See you later. Have a good rest of the stream. Okay, good luck. Have fun today. Try not to run into any of the spooky New York rats. I mean, they probably will fall off eventually. The Botox will melt. Mayhaps. Okay, I think, yeah, that actually did a lot. Moving those eyes further up. And now I just gotta color in. I believe we went pure white. Thelu white. With... Fuck, what was it called again? A harsh water detailer. Shit. Okay, I like this. Not too bad. I'll just grab one of these. And grab one of these. And grab one of these. Shit. That looks a little too pink. Let's go a bit more skin tony. Over this way. Let's take off a little bit of that pink. maybe here's good. Oh my goodness, that looks so gray. Let's add more saturation. Still too pink, what the heck? It sucks when the colors, when applied to this paper texture, don't quite look the way I'd expect. Okay, I think we'll just bring up the lightness. Ivy. Ooh, okay, I know what I'm gonna eat after we're done here. Okay, more saturated. I think multiple passes will also help. Let's take off a little bit of... Let's add more lightness. 2, 3, 4. Still too much red. That looks a little too poopy. I don't need poopy color. Maybe we just need another brush for this one, honestly, to also help differentiate it from everything else. I feel like I'm still way too red here. Let's pick a less red area. Maybe this heavy shadow area might be good. Color pick. I think this is fine. Okay. Okay. It's a little too strong. Let's turn that opacity down a smidge. Okay, I can work with this. We'll have her being top lit, I think, from about this direction. Prioritize shadow on this left side. I like how she doesn't even have a chin. That's pretty funny. That was like 4 passes. Shit. I think this one might need a slight adjustment to the paper, make it a little less warm. That way it'll look more white. Okay, 2 shadow passes. There was a new condition arbiter on eBay for 60, but it sold. Dang. Yeah, I don't keep an eye on anything really. The few times I have happened to be on eBay, I did check. I don't think I've ever found a deal that good. I have to imagine that anybody who would snatch that up quickly would be aware of R being the chief. Or just a random collector that happened to see a good conditioned collector's item. And it just also happens to be like an R being the chief toy. I personally don't really want to collect a bunch of them. I just have what I need to film and make the episodes. It would be nice to have a whole bunch so that I always have a working condition one, but that's not really a huge list, a huge on my priority list. Let's go ahead and turn this a bit more white. See what this looks like. I might need to add some shadow, more shadow here. Okay, now the color is really starting to make a difference here on her skin. I could definitely make the shadows darker. We'll do that after we fully color everything. Yeah, that's what I told myself, but something's telling me I'm going to have at least 2 of each by the end of the year. Yeah, I don't blame you. I would probably do the same if I really wanted them that badly. It makes sense if you're like using it as it's basically a tool for filming. It's basically like one of your lead actors. So it's kind of, it sits somewhere in between a tool, a toy, and a necessary part of what you're doing on YouTube. No, don't jump up here. No. Every time she jumps up here, she steps on my drawing tablet. No. No. No, you stay down there. I can't contain her, she's gonna jump. Okay, I gave her a little tiny corner here. Or actually, I might not even need to apply another layer for darker for shadow here. I might be able to just get away with a slight saturation, or even a curve adjustment. We'll see. If I just make the darker parts a little darker, that might be enough. Might be all I need. What happened? What's the mattress? What's the mattress, Patches? Although honestly, curve adjustment might just make the entire thing a little uglier. A little less smoother in the gradient. Oh fuck, what the heck? Am I pressing a button? No. Okay, let's try my curve adjustment, see if that accomplishes what I want. Oh my goodness, she's getting tanned! Oh. Not that far then. Oh, what the heck? Her legs are on a whole different layer? No, I did the wrong layer. Shit. It's okay, quick fix, no biggie. Her legs were the only thing not getting a tan right there for a second. Let's do this. No, let's do that. Okay. Yeah, I should definitely go in there manually. Okay, I think this is a good baseline color here. Where's my histogram? Oh, let me kill everything else actually before we play with the histogram. Kill this. No, don't kill that. Kill that. Kill that. And that. Okay, I think this is a good baseline. Where the heck is she? She's gone. Oh, she's over here. She disappeared. Okay, let's make the shadow side be like here. Is this gonna work? Darker is better. Or actually my opacity is still at 50%. Okay, it's a little too dark now. Okay, this works. This is perfect. Okay, I liked how this turned out. The one thing that I didn't quite do properly was I can't tell if her arms are facing outward or inward. Like, are we supposed to be able to see her armpit here? I don't think so. Because in my mind, this is the palm of her hand that we're seeing. But it also looks like she's kind of like she's egging you on or something. Like if you're playing sports. It's hard to tell. The way that this lighting is bent implies that her armpit would be up here rather than facing forward. But whatever. Also, I think humans have 5 fingers. Well, she's a cartoons. Cartoons are not real peoples. Whoa. No, you stay over there. Stay over there. See, I get to get away with her not having 5 fingers because this is a cartoon. So any mistakes are not in fact mistakes. They are in fact intentions, as you can see. Okay, let's get some shadow in her neck. Probably go a little darker here in this one specific area. Or hang on. Okay, I think that's acceptable enough for me. Now, let's just get rid of all of these extra thingies over here. What's this guy? Time to start culling. Let's kill all of these guys. All of you. Now we grab the bottle. The key element in this whole illustration Where was my sketch for that? This one? This one. Okay, I feel like I can do a bit more shadow actually on her leg now that I'm seeing it with the perspective of the bottle here. Okay, let's grab another group for the bottle. Let's do Katie here. Bottle here. Where were we? Ow! Why does she have to use her claws when she's climbing down? Oh, fuck. Not that color. We're about to make the bottle the color of her skin tone. That's not what we want. Or actually, let's just do it straight here. No biggie, no concerns. Okay, let me not. I think she's distracting me from what's considered the center. Let's get the woman out of here. The woman is distracting. Okay, this is the center here. Oh, I guess technically it wouldn't be at such a 90-degree over here, but I might adjust that later. Okay. Let me grab another layer here as a guide. What the heck even is that? Bro. Let's do first the... Let's put like a corkscrew. Need a corkscrew to get her out. You need a corkscrew to add and or remove things from this exhibit. Shit. Fuck. Why does this side look worse? What am I doing here? Oh, I think it's because this. It looks weird. I don't know why. What's wrong with it? What am I doing? Oh, I see. It's supposed to touch. It's supposed to be unified over here. Something like that. Whatever, you get the point. I do it in this style specifically, so you get the point. Or actually, hang on, what if I do this? A continuous dude over this way. No, the perspective isn't gonna work that way. It's gotta be Ever so slight. But now it looks like a flask. But that's okay. I don't really care that much. Because my initial sketch here was more like a witchy bottle. Witch's potions brew. It's more circular, this entire top part. I think if I just get rid of this bottom part, it might be okay. Okay, I know what to do. We'll just imply the rest of it by doing... Ow! By doing one of these. With a smaller... I haven't even been using pen pressure! Because I was killing her, or whatever. Aha! Aha! I think just that one actually works nicely. Let's do that. Let's do that. Okay, now we can do a little bit of stippling here for the corkscrew, I think. Okay, Patches is getting pretty hungry. She's hungry. Means it's almost time for food. I think we can move this down. No, she has to be at the front. Her feet have to be close to us, so that her hands can be on the glass. So just move everybody. I feel like the bottle's a bit too big. Is that better? I think that's better. Let's do that. We can kill this guy back there. What's a good color for cork? Oh shit. No, no, no. It's not a mask. I think with the bottle we can get a bit more messy in terms of detailers. I think I like fine to spatter. Let's do fine to spatter as a test. And then fine detail. Let's grab a watercolor area-ish. It's a bit orangey brown, I think. Okay, this one is fine to spatter. How about detail? think I like pine to spatter the most. Okay, let's get a darker color. Let's or darken this yellow a little bit. Little less saturation. Okay, I think that's a great color there. Oh fuck, no! Okay, and I think we can do an ever so slight blue tint on the bottle because we are in cartoon world over here. I should do this as a separate layer so I can manually adjust that on its own. Okay, I think this was a fun exercise. I really like it. Let's get rid of the bottle. Now, how can I do the blue? So it's like she's freezing, like she's in the glass jar and a freezer right there with color dodge. I think we do want a bit of opacity there, but maybe I'll erase just a little bit with low opacity so we can see more of her details. Lighting is coming from about straight up to the right a bit. I don't know if I need to add a shadow for the bottom, or actually I can do a shadow at the bottom of everything. That would be nice. I believe I am done. Oh shit, that's not what I meant. I'm still not sure how I want to do this with my size. 100? 200? 200 seems good. Okay, let me go ahead and save this without showing you guys my files. Or hang on, I need to do metadata. Let's do Katy Perry stuck in a bottle. Okay. Art 2026. Katy Perry bottle. I think the size should be fine to post on Discord without having to... Yeah, 5.62 megabytes. Okay, post this in announcements. And then I'll have to add it to my website. I made a new thing where it'll show my latest artwork. I'll put that there. Easy peasy. And let me also save this AF file. Katy Perry bottle. A bottle in front of me. I am happy with the results, even though I did not at all foresee this being the topic of today's stream or today's art. But I liked it. That was fun. Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and call it a night there. I did make a thing. Let's see. I think I'm gonna make a new background for this, but I have credits. Thank you to my patrons: Andrew M, Apple, Keith K, Merc, Michael, Mick S. And to my tier 1 Twitch subs: Emoto, Lucy, GQ, and Skunk King 420. Oh my goodness, I am so hungry. Super duper hungry. I feel like I need a new background so that I can have a background here with that's intended for the credits. It should loop back around. Oh my goodness. It's Attack of the Killer Piggies. Oh wait, what the heck? No, okay, I think that's fine. In most cases, I think I would want the piggies up top of everything, but in this case, I do want the credits at the very top. But yeah, unfortunately, what I planned to do initially was to have a way to like use Patreon's webhook or API to pull usernames and then only include the first letter of the last name, but on Patreon there's only one field for a name, so you can put in whatever. Some people put in their full name and I do not want to dox them. So I have to manually do this on Affinity, but that's okay. Maybe in the future, if I get enough people where it would be too much of a hassle, I'll just use a text reader, which I have done tests and practices with the text, reading the names from a text file, but I can't do my little images there, so I like it better this way. Maybe I'll have to make it myself. We'll see. Okay. Thanks for watching. Thanks for chilling. Good luck, have fun, don't die, don't be stupid. Don't forget to drink water. Do at least 1 rep of that thing you're doing. And as always, I will see you next time. Bye-bye.